Hi, I'm Simon and I'm here to tell everyone that bicycles are long obsolete. Why struggle with a contraption that is hard to ride, especially uphill, when you can have an e-bike that uses almost no energy, and is so much fun that you'll ride it twice as long and you automatically get the same amount of exercise? If you don't like e-bikes, you might as well move into an igloo and freeze to death. Making a video that doesn't praise the invention of e-bikes is against my beliefs and it hurts my feelings. Did I say, it's lame too? Very lame.
Responding to some of your e-bike comments. Hello and welcome everyone. I am George Schlacek and an avid cyclist. As you may be aware, I like old bikes. Well, I grew up in the 70s and 80s in Germany. We had plenty of bike lanes out in the country back then, and there were good roads for agricultural traffic that were off limits to regular car traffic, but great for cycling. When I was a teenager, my bike got me everywhere. It wasn't a fancy bike, but it was great basic transportation. It had 26-inch wheels, fenders, a rear rack, a dynamo for powering the lights, and a little saddlebag containing a patch kit. That's how I used to roll, and today, in 2023, at age 61, it's almost the same way. I do not want a motor on my bicycle. In my humble opinion, no motorized two-wheeler comes close to a bicycle that allows me to travel on my own power with such ease. That's what I was trying to get across with my last video about commuting on a regular bicycle. The technology of a bicycle is brilliant. A battery and a motor won't improve it, except if you need assistance, like with a super long commute, bad legs, or you want to go faster, or perhaps you don't want to work so hard on the hills. It's a trade-off though, because now you have to maintain your battery, and your bike is probably a much different piece of equipment that you can't haul up 4 sets of stairs or put on a plane easily. Quite frankly, I don't care what anyone rides. If you think e-bikes are great, who am I to argue with that? However, some of you have left comments that call for a response. I've been accused of making lame anti-e-bike comments and spreading misinformation. One viewer said this.
I somewhat disagree with George bringing up the fact that an e-bike burns fossil fuels. That all depends on where you live, as all electricity in BC is produced from water. And the amount of electricity used to recharge an e-bike battery is very, very little.
Okay, you tell me, is 500 to 1,000 watt very, very little? Or is it little, or is it actually quite a bit when compared to other devices?
E-bike 750 watt. Toaster 750 watt. Electric drill 600 watt. Refrigerator 400 watt. Laptop 65 watt. LED light bulb 12 watt. Bicycle, no information found, 0 watt.
By the way, 84% of the electricity BC generates comes from water. Not all. 4% even comes from, you guessed it. BC also buys electricity from 12 US states and Alberta when needed to meet demand. The majority of that comes from coal and gas. But the comment goes on.
If you're that concerned about using this very small amount of electricity for e-bike recharging, then you may as well go live in an igloo. A tent is probably made of using fossil fuels. Not wear any clothing made from fossil fuels. And probably freeze to death if you live in Edmonton, as every type of heating system burns fossil fuels in Alberta. I bring this up because it should be encouraged to get people out of their cars by any means possible, and George's lame Anti-e-bike comment doesn't help this. Especially comparing putting 4 to 5 people in a car to riding an e-bike. Lame.
I said that e-bikes burn fossil fuels. It's not a whole lot, that's true. But I can get the same result by riding my regular bike without using electricity at all. It's not essential to power your bike with it. What is essential is all the other stuff he lists, like wearing clothes and heating your home. I've said that if you put 4 or 5 people and their luggage in a car, the e-bike wouldn't necessarily come out on top. Cars are great for hauling people and stuff. You can deny it all you want, but people use cars because they meet certain needs that bikes can't. Many cyclists own cars, and they'll use them when it's appropriate. You can travel 100 kilometers in 1 hour in a car, and the energy consumption is quite low, unless it's in city rush hour. It almost doesn't matter if you have 5 people in the car or just 1, and most cars have ample space for luggage. I agree that we have way too many cars and would like to see a big reduction. Both e-bikes and regular bikes can play a big role here, but who are you kidding? It's the people who drive cars all the time by themselves that we need to worry about. Some of those will not bother with e-bikes or bikes, but they might ride a train if it provides good and reliable service. Another comment accused me of not doing enough research. So, there are different classes of e-bikes. Who knew? It goes on like this.
There are actual studies that show that one gets the same workout on a Class 1 e-bike as you would on a regular bicycle because e-bikes are more fun and riders tend to go longer distances. But those write-ups don't have hot chicks posing by the bikes, which turned me off to watching your videos much.
Look, if I'm doing 100% of the work with my body, I'm getting 100% of the workout. If your Class 1 e-bike does 50% of the work, you get 50% of the workout. You need to go twice as long to get the same workout. It's simple logic. Who got paid to do a study on that? Oh, you're having more fun than I have? How the f*** do you know that? As a matter of fact, the comment about hot chicks posing by the bike tells me that your definition of fun is different from mine. I like the physical impact of cycling and exercise on the body. Cyclists tend to look better, and some even look quite hot.
Hi there.
Don't like attractive models? What's wrong with them? Is looking at attractive people a sin? Are they too sexy? The images I use are high quality, and I take the liberty to choose them to my liking. Forgive me, e-bike riders. I have a small channel and make videos without a budget. My B-roll images come mostly from Pixabay and Pexels, where they are free to use. Credits are in the description below. I am grateful to those attractive models who let me use their photos for free. Not only are they hot, but also very generous. What's not to like? Another comment gives detailed information on population density and how most Canadians live in dense areas where most commuter trips are ideal for micromobility. I'm no expert to tell you the truth, but would tend to agree. As I stated in my original video, I like how e-bikes have contributed to the addition of better infrastructure. I really think we can all use those new trails and pathways with our preferred kind of bike or other mobility aid. Yeah! I'll be riding my 1980s bikes, no battery power or motor needed, and you can pass me with your e-bikes and scooters, no matter what class. We can each happily ride alongside one another, so thanks for hearing me out even after I spewed all this misinformation and anti-e-bike stuff. Happy trails. I kind of wanted to make a different video this week, but the comments kept me thinking. Is ChatGPT a reliable source? I asked where the world's electricity comes from, and the answer wasn't water. The main sources of electricity worldwide are: number 1, fossil fuels, coal, natural gas, and oil. Number 2, nuclear power. Nuclear power plants generate a substantial portion of electricity in some countries. I'm not sure if Ontario is still running their reactors, but e-bikes are sold worldwide, not just in Canada. Third is renewable energy. But e-bikes don't use much and they're better than motorcycles, so enjoy whatever it is you're riding.